12 noon on Sundays, we were able to offer 3 different pieces of really superior lawn and garden tools from our friends at Sunjoe. 2 of those pieces of equipment have completely sold out. I have one though that I want to draw your attention to, and I'll tell you why I was so impressed with this. There are other metal hedge trimmers in the marketplace, but when they're encumbered by a cord, you've got to run that cord with an extension to an outdoor outlet. And all joking aside, what is the very first thing you cut when you have hedge trimmers like this on a power cord? The cord. I've done it twice. And I work with tools all the time. This weighs in at under 5 pounds. It's all ABS plastic construction for the motor housing, but it is a big 20-inch dual scissor pre-sharpened blade. This is the time of year that you need a piece of equipment like this, and I'll tell you why. We've had enough rain up here in the Northeast. I know they're getting pounded with rain in the Gulf Coast right now, but that rain means that everything is really starting to grow. And if you want to keep your gardens looking their best, you've got to trim things back. And you want to do it before things get really overgrown, because when things get overgrown, like your boxwoods, then when you trim them back, you get the brown spots, and it just doesn't look as good. Here is the secret to this tool. This is a 2-amp, 24-volt lithium-ion battery. And that 24-volt battery works with every other 24-volt piece of equipment that comes to us from Sunjoe, AquaJoe, and SnowJoe. There are 50 different tools, everything from snow blowers to yard blowers for cleanup, to edge trimmers, to power washers, you name it. And the pricing story is this. This is what's really cool. The battery by itself sells for $59.99. The battery is the most expensive part of battery-operated tools today. And believe me, 24 volts is a lot of power. You get 55 minutes of continuous runtime on this tool with this battery inserted. 55 minutes. So instead of charging $59 for the battery and then another $59 for the tool, you're basically getting this as a gift. And granted, you may not use it every week, but you're going to use it several times throughout the summer. You use it again in the fall to cut things back. You'll use it again in the spring of 2021 to be able to prepare for new growth. And when it's battery operated, there's no maintenance. My buddy, Sean Pickford, did a whole bunch of video, and he's with us this evening as well. I'm going to go to the video first of how to use it and why it's important. Please keep in mind with the video that you're going to see 2 other tools that were a part of our big deal for today. Those other tools have already sold out.
Sunjoe offers a couple different versions of the 24-volt lithium-ion battery. Maybe you have one that looks like this, one like this one, or this one. It doesn't matter, because as long as it says 24 volt on them, it's going to work with any of your Sunjoe 24 volt tools. The compact blower, it'll work on that. The trimmer edger, it will work on that. The edger that you see back there, the hedge trimmer, it will work with that as well. All you simply do is take your battery, slide it into place, click it on, and then power up whatever tool you want. So whether it's the smaller compact battery like this, or the larger runtime one like this, they all interchange and work on the tools. Again, as long as it says 24 volt on it, you're good to go.
Sean Pickford again is with us via Skype. Even with social distancing. Sean, buddy, I've seen more of you in the last 2 days than I think I have my family. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing really well. Great to see you again.
You've been busy. Out of the 3 pieces that we made available on the big deal, because we did have a string trimmer, we also had a garden blower. I told you when we had talked, I had a chance to talk to Sean over the phone earlier today. To me, this is the one that was the most impressive, because you don't normally find this at anywhere near 69 bucks with a 24 volt battery.
No, not even close. So, and you don't get the runtime with them. To me, this one's, I had a gas powered one and I could never get it to start.
Right.
I would pull on it, would never work. And then when I got it to go, it just wouldn't cut really good. This thing is absolutely fantastic. The minute you use it, you can feel the power. You can see how sharp the blades are. And I love what you said there. The first thing you cut, it's the cord, because you and I have been there. Not having the cord and be able to move around wherever you want to go with this thing. It's nice and lightweight, so if you're cutting up high, you can do it. Cutting down low, it's got that nice big blade on there. This really makes the job go faster. So whether you're trimming back the hedges, the hues, whatever it might be, or the topiaries where you're shaping them because we had so much growth this year, this will do a fantastic job on that.
And it is a metal cutting surface. In fact, with the way in which it's designed, there are actually 80 different cutting edges, 40 on each side. And each set of 2 works like a pair of scissors. So it's like having 40 pairs of scissors working for you automatically. And I was really surprised at how big a brush that this thing can get through. This can cut through a branch that's about a 1/2 inch in thickness, and it's not even a chore.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, 0.06 is what we have it at, so it's over a 1/2 inch. And it's, like you said, it's not a chore. So whether you have things that are really soft, the branches on them, whether there's some that are a little bit harder, a little bit thicker, doesn't matter. These will also work on your rose bushes and things if you want. But look how easy he's going through all this stuff. There's pine branches there. Some of them can be thick, but you don't have to worry about it with this because they are nice and wide, the opening. It is really powerful on this guy, so you can feel it. You can hear it when you turn it on. I love that it's got the safety button built in, so if I pick it up by accident and grab a hold of here, it's not going to go on until I press this button on, then the trigger down, but then I can release this button so I don't have to hold it down all the time. And getting that 55 minutes of continuous runtime is just phenomenal. You can also check your battery gauge when you're out there using it, so you're not guessing how much battery life you have left. In my case, we used this battery the last several days with this stuff. I still have 2 of the 3 bars left. So plenty of cutting time.
Sean, I got to ask you a really, really important question. It has absolutely nothing to do with our big deal of the day. When did Lori change the sofa cushions out there on the back patio?
That's funny you noticed that. So several people have said the same thing. We just had them redone the other day. So neighbor bars sewed everything up. So yeah, the dogs love it. Trust me, they're out here all the time.
I urge anybody, if you've had Sunjoe products, Sean and I want to hear from you, and I'll tell you why. It's an interesting story, and I've always been a believer of this, that every great product has a human element behind it. The name Sunjoe represents a true individual. His name is Joe Cohen. I hate to put it this way, I've known Joe since he was 17 years old. He started his first company at the age of 17 and created this truly phenomenal line of future and forward-thinking lawn and garden tools. That's what Sunjoe is all about. He then branched out, and there's a company called Snowjoe, which is virtually I'd say 90% of our powered snow removal equipment that we sell here at QVC. He then branched out and started a third company called AquaJoe, which is all about water management, which the whole world is now concerned with, and being able to water our plants and do it responsibly. And it's funny, I know Joe's mother and sister. So to see products like this on the air and people responding, Sean, we've had over 12,000 people who took advantage of the big deal already. And that makes me happy because it's the success of an American company and a family that both you and I know. But we also know that the people who get it at home are going to be satisfied. What is the normal state-of-the-art warranty when I go to a hardware store or a box store and I buy a trimmer or an edger similar to this?
Well, if you're lucky, Dan, they're going to give you 30 days.
30 days.
That's if you're lucky. Usually you walk out the door and basically you own it unless you hold on to the receipt and everything else. So that's the beauty of us with QVC and all the Sunjoe, Snowjoe, AquaJoe stuff is you guys are awesome partners, because normally, even if you go to Joe's website, this has a 2-year warranty on it, which is fantastic on its own. But because we do it through QVC here, you get 2 + 1, so 3 total years warranty on this guy. So this year, next year, the following year, if you have any issues, call us. We'll take care of you.
Again, I really want to pound that nail a little harder. because a 30-day warranty on a hedge trimmer, Sean and I both know this, anybody who's ever bought a hedge trimmer knows, you don't use it every weekend.
No.
So you buy it, you use it once, and the second time you go to use it is outside of that 30 days, and you now have something that you paid for and you only used one time. A 3-year warranty on a hedge trimmer is unheard of, but that's what you get when you buy the quality of Sun Joe. I know you did some videotape a little earlier there at your home. Can we show that?
Sure.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
I wanted to show you how easy it is to use our Sun Joe 18-inch cordless hedge trimmer. All you simply do is take your battery, slide it on here, remove the blade cover that comes with it, and you're ready to start trimming. Watch how fast and efficient and easy this is to use. It weighs less than 4 pounds. It really does a great job. You can use it all around your house. So now we moved over to our Japanese holly. And you can see we've had a lot of growth because it's been really wet here. Watch how fast we can go ahead and make this look great. Look at that. Now I can transition over to the softer, like pine bushes that we have here. These are really delicate, so you want to make sure that you're using the right tool. The Sun Joe 18-inch head trimmer is the right tool. So now we've moved out into the backyard. We're cleaning up this cypress here. You can see it could use a good trimming, but it's real easy, real fast, real efficient. Weighs 3.7 pounds, and you know what? We've been working a while here, and look, we still have 2 of the 3 dots left on our battery, so plenty of power in the 18-inch Sun Joe hedge trimmer.
And there's 2 things that Sean didn't do there. He didn't step on the extension cord and unplug it, because I'm telling you, you do that 20 times when you've got a regular trimmer. Look at the before and the after of being able to shape the bush. Now, if you were really good, you could have made it look like an ostrich.
Well, yeah, that's my next challenge. So square shapes and circles I'm really good at. So maybe I'll get out my inner Edward Scissorhands and see what we can do on the next
We're showing the before and afters. It's kind of the same idea of cutting the yard is one thing, and we need to do that. But when you trim and edge it, it's like the picture frame on the pretty picture. And the same thing is true with your bushes, your shrubs, etc. And I will recommend always wear your eye protection. Sean had mentioned this thing weighs under 5 pounds. Those are, I'm not even going to put the battery in it yet because I want to show this. These are sharpened tool steel, and there is a blade on each one of sides of these U's. So there's 40 of them on one side and 40 on the other. You've got 80 different cutting surfaces, and it's moving back and forth. So it is a true cut, not a slash. And the reason why that's important is when you get a true cut, you get a very straight edge on all of your foliage of whatever it happens to be. Boxwoods and ferns are usually the toughest. I'm going to turn this one around. You know how they go brown on you? Because some part of the plant either doesn't get enough daylight or it just doesn't thrive. Well, the reason why you want to trim your bushes like this right now, do it while it's still springtime instead of summer, is if you wait, then you wind up getting a large, broad area that turns brown. There's a little thumb switch right here. I'm showing it on the top. I will say that this was pretty much designed for right-handers because you push the button in and then you pull the trigger. And there's that scissor action that I was talking about. So you can get large areas done very, very quickly, but you've got the finesse to get in and just cut out those areas that maybe have gone brown on you, and now your plant looks a whole heck of a lot better. And I don't want to do all of it because I'm going to make a big mess here. The cool thing is, though, we're talking about 55 minutes of continuous runtime. And Sean, if we have a moment or two, can I talk price again? Because I know you can go to a box store and you can find a hedge trimmer out there for 70 bucks, and it might even be gasoline powered. And you and I have a lot of things that are gasoline powered. You know, we love to make noise. But a hedge trimmer that requires 2-cycle fuel means you've always got to buy fuel, you've got to buy the oil. Every spring you've got to probably either take it in and get the spark plug either tuned up, replaced, what have you. And it's always a hassle to try to get the darn thing started.